I acknowledge you. Therefore, I will kill you utterly. You, your parents, siblings, friends, neighbors, all humanity. I will annihilate every last one of you. Not so fast there, Lucifero. You may not realize it yourself, but one of the other rulers of the final gate of the underworld, Beelzebub, is currently contracted to ensure that the Spade Kingdom continues to exist. A kingdom no longer exists without its people. So, if Lucifero killed everybody in the world, the Spade Kingdom would not exist. Sure, Zenon is dead now, and that is what the contract for Beelzebub was with, but this was just a part of the plan created by the fourth Zagretes sibling to create undying bodies so that humanity could become immortal. So Zenon will be back, and likely the rest of the Dark Triad, and if Zenon is back, then Beelzebub cannot allow the Spade Kingdom to be destroyed. Please stick around so I can show you that this arc is not going to end cleanly. It will not be the good guys taking home the W. It will be a third faction, the Dark Tetrad, and their immortal bodies, forcing Beelzebub to honor his contract and save the Spade Kingdom by stopping Lucifero himself. Before I get into explaining this theory, I have to give a huge shout out to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. NordVPN is easy to use as you can connect with a single click or enable auto connect for a zero-click protection. NordVPN is used to both protect you online, protect your valuable information, as well as using it to go on over 5,200 servers in 60 different countries. You can virtually travel to other kingdoms and access content that is exclusive to them. This lovely service must be paired with a light magic spell, as it has been confirmed through testing that NordVPN is the fastest VPN on the market. You can run NordVPN on 6 of your devices with either Android, iOS, macOS, and Linux, with rumors that NordVPN will eventually extend their protection to our sacred grimoires as well. Check the pinned comment or link in the description, or go to nordvpn.com/Broku, and don't forget to check out with code Broku. This code will get you 2 years of NordVPN with a huge discount and 1 month free. Right now, Ost has just ascended into his true Devil Union form, and he is bodying Lucifero. But it only lasts for 5 seconds, and if this was how Lucifero is truly defeated, I think it would be a little underwhelming. But if you take every little breadcrumb from this long arc, you can actually make a prediction of just how this might go down. We now know that Lucifero is pissed. He is going to destroy all of humanity once he defeats his current enemies. But this is something that might not be allowed by one of his supposed comrades, Beelzebub. Beelzebub made a deal with Zenon, a contract that required that the Spade Kingdom must exist. A kingdom cannot be a kingdom if there are no people for it. Thus, Beelzebub might not be able to allow Lucifero to go on this rampage. He could try and convene with him and attempt to convince him to stop, but Lucifero is the highest ranked devil. He may not even care what Beelzebub thinks. So, Beelzebub may have to stop Lucifero, or stall him at the very least, because he may get himself screwed over if he breaks the contract and allows the Spade Kingdom to be extinct. Now, one of the holes in this theory is that Zenon is dead. This contract may not be a thing anymore or hold any weight because of the death. But if the contract is broken just because Zenon died, well, that does actually not ruin this theory, as there is a boatload of evidence that Zenon and the rest of the Dark Triad are going to be coming back to life, and not just as their normal selves, but as ascended beings who are immortal. That is the plans of the leader of the Dark Tetrad, the fourth sibling, who I call for now Julius Zagretes. The weak die easily. It's impossible to protect them all. In that case, we'll destroy them temporarily, then we'll regenerate them, this time with undying bodies. With the devil's power, we 4 Zagretes siblings can use our magic to remake humanity, fortunate citizens who have no fear of death. Let us create a truly peaceful Spade Kingdom. There you have it. The overall plan of the Dark Tetrad was to kill humanity anyway, so that they could be regenerated and be given undying bodies that made them truly immortal. Now, seemingly, all the Dark Triad were killed. We know for certain Zenon was, and it was implied Dante was as well, as he lost his devil power and contract with Lucifero and was sliced by Jack. Vonica likely died in the scuffle with Megicula. We just didn't get much of her shown after she herself was defeated. This panel here implies she was alive at the very end, but considering the weird blackened state that she is in, she may have died and have her connection to Megicula was severed, and there's actually more evidence to this than just a plan by the Dark Tetrad. But if you notice that over the course of this arc, ever since the Tree of Qliphoth was activated, it was slowly creating these 4 black cocoons. It just seems a bit too perfect for there to be 4 cocoons and then 4 siblings who want to be reborn, which the cocoon often symbolizes rebirth in fiction. So what I think that this has to mean is that at any moment the Dark Tetrad will return, they'll be stronger, and they'll be immortal, and a 4th sibling of the Zocrates will be revealed, and that will be a huge moment. And they will have Beelzebub on their side, in a sense, as Beelzebub is stipulated by his contract to have to protect the Spade Kingdom and keep them alive. So that was a part of Xenon and Beelzebub's overall contract, which would be conflicting what Lucifero wants to do right now. He wants to kill all of humanity and possibly destroy the world. So we might get a Beelzebub versus Lucifero fight, which I think would be pretty epic. Or it would be something like he would give Xenon even more power so that he can honor that part of the contract. Keep in mind that this is also a possible pathway for Morris to return. He was killed when Lucifero took the rest of his life, but maybe the 4th sibling never actually died, and this 4th cocoon would be for Morris, who will be brought back and given that arc that he needed as a major villain. But I'm never going to give any more hope for his character arc ever again. That was the biggest fumble of a villain I've ever seen in this series, and maybe even all of fiction. Though do keep in mind that a Civil War arc has been foreshadowed for a while now between the devils. It does seem that Magicula, a fellow supreme devil of the Cliff-Off Tree, has been doing her own scheming as she went behind Lucifero's back and manifested. Also, there are 3 devils of the underworld. How do you have 3 rulers? Imagine having 3 kings over the same land, or a country having 3 presidents at once. That is bound for civil outbreak, if not for outright civil war. So I think that the true devil union that we see right now is just a foreshadowing buildup for what we'll see for the real, full, true devil union, which would be much later in the series when there is no time limit. Like how Berserk Asta was somewhat foreshadowed for devil union or a full devil form way back then. It came and then we never saw it since. I think that this is what we'll see, this version of the True Devil Union, and then later on, when Austin needs to use it again, it will be a more full version of it, probably no time limit, and we will not see this version of it again. So I think the same thing will happen here. Austin and Liebe will run out of time, it'll seem like they're screwed, and that Lucifer is going to kill them and everybody else, but then the Dark Tetrad are gifted their undying bodies from these cocoons, and because Xenon is back, his contract is still in place with Beelzebub, and when Lucifer attempts to destroy all of humanity, Beelzebub will have to step in and stop it from happening because of that stipulation in the contract. Hope you guys end up enjoying this video. Please leave a like if you did, subscribe, turn on notifications. You can follow me on Twitter down below. My light novel is nearly done, so excited to reveal more about that to you guys in the coming weeks. Hope you guys all have an amazing day, plus...